here today with Glenn Miller. Hiya Glenn, how's it going? Nice to meet you, and thanks very much for doing this with me.
Thanks very much.
I'd like to get across to the public and people at home in Ireland especially about what this Yellow Vest movement is about, what it's really about. You're the founding member. Yeah, so can you give me to the people at home what this movement is about?
It's a huge question. The movement itself was about all of the various different issues that we have facing us as a people.
Yeah.
From homelessness, from healthcare, from everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. What we're trying to do as a movement is ask everybody who feels aggrieved by the system and that the system is letting them down and that people are falling through the cracks.
Well, this is the thing, like, we're ordinary people. You're an ordinary person that has sat at home for a long time, probably disgruntled about the way things have gone. I mean, most of us that are involved in this have had years of maybe depression or different things like that. And we've come to the point where we feel like if we don't stand up, nothing's ever going to change, nothing's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
So, like, as you say, you're an ordinary person. You're not actually politically associated to anybody.
No.
Now, there's been a lot of comments on the internet about Ben Gilroy's involvement in the last protest.
Yeah, Ben is a supporter of the idea of
change.
Of change, obviously. He wants to see Ireland a more just and fair society. He came along and we asked him to do a speech, and he was great. You know,
but that's what the movement is meant to be about, isn't it? So people can get their chance to speak, whether certain ideologies are different or not. Like,
you know, I don't personally believe in Ben's political ideology. It's a bit too extreme for me. But that's each to their own. That's his political.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of followers of Ben's that would understand 100%.
Absolutely, you know.
And this
isn't about politics. This isn't about politicians. One of our rules is that we don't have any politicians. We don't have any.
Anyone with political aspirations.
Well, yeah, but people will use the argument and say that, you know, of course, Ben has political aspirations.
But that'd be the same. You could say that about anybody.
Absolutely.
I think it's an age of slander. Anything can be said on the internet now, and you know, have the arguments then in comments. But I think a lot of it's set up.
Maybe so. A lot of people have a lot of grievances about a lot of different things, and they've been experiencing injustice and being told that they can and can't do things for an awful long time. And now we're in an age where we want freedoms for everybody and justice for everybody. And maybe it's gone a bit bonkers, you know, certain things like, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, you have to find some sort of common ground and some sort of decency towards each other, and, you know, allow people to let live. You know, a bit of common sense.
Well, this is the thing, common sense, and this is another thing. I've been talking to you for the last couple of hours, and it's great to meet you. And you're not about violence at all. This movement is not about violence. It's not about kicking in anybody's door or anything like that.
No, but we will say this though. The people are angry.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why they're angry is because our government refuses to listen to us. Our government refuses to use the mandate that we elected them for. Now, they work for us.
Yeah, but they're not even elected. I mean, Leo Varadkar is not elected by the people. He's elected by his own party. His party had to go into coalition to be even...
but that's all semantics, really. That's all... You know, that's what his PC people, you know, his little army of spin doctors will tell everybody or fight against. But at the end of the day, that's not going to put a roof over a child's head or a family's, put them into a home. It's not going to feed any of the children that are hungry morning, noon and night in this country. 300 children. 300,000 children. 3,000, every single day. Now, there's 3,000 children homeless in Ireland. Right? Just take children, for example, right? 25% of the population in this country now lives in systemic poverty.
Yeah, well,
you know, that's 1 in 4 people.
I come from a council estate from the 1980s.
So do I, yeah.
Yeah, so we were poor, we had to avail of the free meats and all back then. Look, and it's no different now.
My mother was evicted from her home.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And I was one of those children in the 80s.
Yeah.
So this is, evictions are a big thing with me, you know.
And this is what I like. This is what I like about what you're saying. This isn't about the politicians or the rich people. We're talking from a council estate kind of view. You know this.
Anyone's free to run their movement of the yellow vest movement. That is. As they see fit. If they're far left or far right, good luck to them.
Yeah.
Do you know, we are appealing to the middle, the ordinary, everyday Johnny Joe folk in this country.
Yeah.
And their wives and their daughters and their children.
And the people that have had enough. I mean, the people that are literally choosing between bills and food for their children. You know. I mean, this is everybody at home that where we come from get this. You know, they're the ones surviving on a daily basis.
You have to decide whether you're going to heat your house or, you know, maybe have that pizza for your child, or not even have that pizza for your child, but just give them a normal breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, when you have to decide whether to keep the child warm or feed the child, there's something wrong. The system's broken.
Oh, it's,
you know.
Yeah.
And when your government is constantly increasing the standard of living by increasing taxes and stealth taxes and levies and stealth levies, and you know, and various different things, constantly all the time, people can't catch up with it, and they're already living in, 40% below.
Well, see, this is where I think the actual system is actually working perfect, but it's working perfect for a certain
Look,
people.
It's making the rich get
Ireland
richer,
has always worked on the kind of ideal of institutionalising those that don't reach a certain aspect of societal, you know.
I asked a friend of mine the other day, and I kind of keeps going back to it all the time, is that if the middle class Ireland is now the working poor, well then what are the poor people called?
Yeah, do we go back to the Wren villages on the Curragh now? Yeah. Because that's what I'm seeing in the Phoenix Park, is these villages and people are starting to live in ways.
You know, living under bridges and living in the middle of roundabouts, and it's disgusting. For the 8th wealthiest country in the world, it's disgusting. And people should be screaming bloody murder over it. Do you know what I mean? They should be getting out onto the streets. You don't have to come to Dublin to do it.
Yeah, doing your own.
You get out in your own streets. Go down to your local council building. Go down to your local authority office. Go outside the TD's office and stand there for the afternoon. What's it going to do? It's not going to hurt you. Do you know what I mean?
And this is what I want to leave your message on as well. We don't need to keep institutionalising the people of Ireland. It's about time we start building institutes of proper learning and getting these people
education. You know, 100%. People need to know their rights, and they don't need to be pawned off.
That's it.
How many people have gone into the Dole office over the last 10 years and said, you know, what am I entitled to? And they've said, go and ask the Citizens Information Bureau.
And this is the thing.
It's their job to tell you.
The Irish government have nearly hired us out to a whole British system. I mean, the CE schemes, all these things are a lot of them are ran through British systems.
Well, emigration is a huge problem. Between emigration and the CE schemes, it's brought the unemployment figures down. But that's where it ends, because those people are not actually working. They're out doing a 20 or 30 hour week for 20 euros extra in their dole.
You might remember the story when you were younger, the Emperor and his new clothes. And I think we're kind of living in a...
Yeah, but he doesn't have the Midas touch, does he? He doesn't turn everything to gold.
I call this the age of phantom farts.
That's very good. Very good.
Listen, thanks very much, Glenn, okay? And thanks for giving me your message.
Listen, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.